Well, Tony, some of the better players, just before you go. Paul Neal for Koo Wee Rup played a great game for them. Sydney running around the flanks. He picked up 1 million kicks and put them to the best of his advantage. Phil Thompson, he knocked up getting kicks, but you know the bigger fellas for his club didn't help him out too much. Phil Green. He was an effective half-forward flanker. He got a lot of kicks. Gary O'Hare possibly was a little bit unfortunate that he had to, get involved in that little bit of a fracas. He might have been one of those unfortunate players that got reported. I don't know. Alan Nunn, who was that speedy player there that we said all along the ground, all along the game that give him an inch and he'll take a mile, and he set up time and time again with his pace. But that wasn't to be enough. Nar Nar Goon once again showed what an even side they are and what a fit side by running on in the last quarter. Greg Cunningham kicking 3 goals and being instrumental in getting many kicks and bringing the ball a lot of times down onto the forward line. Collins capping off, possibly one of his not so better years with a great grand final, and he had 2 goals to his credit, and he helped a lot in many other moves. And the big fella Jenner, he's a good footballer, a rover type ruckman.
He is, Mick. He's a great footballer, and he did his share. Nobody can say that he didn't pull his weight. Faded out a couple of times, but he was always there when needed.
That's right, and of course Leo Kennelly in the centre. He is the link man for the Nar Nar Goon club, and he would have got probably 20 or 30 kicks, and always kicked them long and kicked them to provisions.
Yes, Kennelly is a brilliant footballer. He doesn't look a footballer, but believe me, he's class stuff. And I tell you what, half a dozen Kennellys in any side, and you'd have a powerful side in West Gippy football.
That's for sure. Well, Tony, at the 1980, the conclusion of the 1980 grand final, Nar Nar Goon are 12-14-86, Koo Wee Rup 9-12-66. And to you, Tony, thank you very much for coming along to do the call with us today.
Been a pleasure, Mick. I've enjoyed it, and we certainly hope that we'll see more videos of football. This is a great move by the West Gippsland Football League. It's something you can keep alive through the cricket season, keep promoting football, and this is one of the reasons probably why you get $5,000 gates in West Gippy.
Well, that's worth mentioning again. The record gate here today at the Coral Inn ground was $5,500. As we look over the Nar Nar Goon entourage out there, there's thousands of them out there, and they're cheering their side, they're cheering their coach, they're cheering their president, and they'll cheer right on till the early hours, I would say, of the Monday morning following.
Yeah, I'd say it'll be a week-long session at Nar Nar Goon. I don't think I'll bother canvassing this area for the next week because there won't be much to find in the way of customers. I don't think they'll be too busy. Well, Tony, I think you'll wander down on the Oval, and at this particular stage we'll wind it up and we'll go down to do our little bit of official presentation. Once again, thank you very much. Thanks very much to Bob Rose and the boys of the camera. And that's it for the 1980 grand final at the Coral Inn football ground between Nar Nar Goon and Koo Wee Rup. Nar Nar Goon 12-14-86, Koo Wee Rup 9-12-66. Thanks, fellas.
Club officials from any of the other 9 teams in the league who didn't take part today, I'd like to see a few of them here at the Secretary's office.
On tape, bring the Bobby up with a presentation.
Okay.
Bring the Bobby up with a presentation.
We can't get it down there. Yes.
And
Yes.
Ronnie Mintz, the
Yes.
president.
Yes. They'll have to come up, we can't come down.
Oh, shut up.
Well, here we are at the Coral Inn ground, and with me at this particular stage, a very elated president of the Nar Nar Goon Football Club in Mr. Ron Metz, and with me, the evergreen veteran, many games with the Nar Nar Goon side, Neil Gray. Ron, how's it feel?
Oh, it's unbelievable, the feeling. It's been a hard battle, and all the credit must go to Jimmy Dore for all the work he's put into this season, and fellas like Neil that started off the season with us and didn't see it right out, but they're still part of Nar Nar Goon and still part of today's premiership, and I'm just absolutely elated, and that's about all I could say. Thanks, Mick.
Neil, a veteran with the Nar Nar Goon football side for many games. How did you see the game at three-quarter time?
Well, it was obvious that the team that collapsed first were the ones that were going to go under, and Nar Nar Goon were able to maintain the pressure, and Jimmy said at half time, and he said it again at three-quarter time. You just got to keep working. If you keep working, the game will happen, and that's what happened. One team, they relented, and all of a sudden they just dropped right out of it. I thought that it was a wonderful game. There was a spectacle because I suppose for 3.5 quarters there was a nip and tuck all the way, and then Nar Nar Goon just gradually got on top. They worked for it and they got it.
Do you think the little bit of a skirmish, 10 minutes into the last quarter, had anything to do with it?
I think it might have upset perhaps Koo Wee Rup more than Nar Nar Goon. Nar Nar Goon just seemed to go on with the job, and perhaps a couple of the Koo Wee players momentarily lost concentration, and of course that's what it's all about, isn't it? You've got to keep concentrating when it's like that.
Ron, you've done it the hard way. You've come through a couple of hard ones, and there'll be a swinging town in the old town tonight. Where's all the celebrations going to be?
Starting at the Nar Nar Goon the new Nar Nar Goon Community Centre, and from there I don't know where it'll go, but I can imagine it's going to go all weekend, and they've earned it. They've worked hard for it, and I was just thinking before we went on the ground today, this is the 10th final I've been involved with the Nar Nar Goon, and this is the first senior premiership I've had with the club, and it's an unreal feeling. It really is. I'm elated.
Ron, I'm sure you're going to be very pleased to be a part of receiving the Memorial Cup from Bill Doherty, 9 years president of the West Gippsland Football League, and he's not a Nar Nar Goon supporter much.
Well, I think this is the biggest present any club could give to anybody, and Bill's always said his dying wish was to present the cup to Nar Nar Goon in a grand final, and he's going to do it today. He started off his football career in '65 with a premiership, and another when he went into the league as the president. He won a premiership that year in '70, and to leave the league with another Nar Nar Goon premiership, it's wonderful. I'm really pleased for him.
Well, to you, Ron, and to you, Neil, thank you very much for coming up. I know you both want to get down with the players down there to receive that cup. Thanks very much for coming up.
Thanks very much. Thank you.
Thank you very much to our cameraman.
Boys, make a noise! Summer lives!
First of all, the Sefton done from Hawthorn to make his presentation and the club's presentation to the best Nar Nar Goon player for the day. Thanks for a tremendous game, fellas. Well, I thought you started at one stage, and like two top of the ladder teams, brought the edge a little bit out when it was really necessary and you go on for no necessity. And I thought you went on with the job from there on. I'd like to know who your best player is. We haven't got him. Have we got him there?
Because I want to rule on someone that I have the greatest respect for. I presented him with a cup last year and I presented him one a couple of years ago. Mr. Koo Wee Rup.
Thanks very much, fellas.
He's the coach of the Koo Wee Rup Football Club, Johnny McKenzie, and I don't think the day would be right if we didn't know Johnny McKenzie. Well, today, fellas, it's pretty painful coming here locally over everything. So, congratulations, I have to 17th last year and 37th this year. Good sport, too good on the day, well done, congratulations. Alright, I'd like to take the opportunity on behalf of the league to congratulate the Nar Nar Goon Football Club on a magnificent grand final effort. I wish the bloody hell you wouldn't make it so hard. Anyway, today I finish. Tomorrow I go out, doing something I wanted to do. Cameras, and then leave the Nar Nar Goon side around and a contingent of kids like you to wave them out as they go around. Proved that they can take the premiership, and they've done that to 1980 and 4 marks for Nar Nar Goon. We want the Nar Nar Goon best players talking in the music, please. Nar Nar Goon best players talking in the music. We've got Preston Richards playing 5-5, getting pretty close to that now. Nar Nar Goon best players talking in the music. And I want some politicians in the one other club in the league to give us a bit of a hand to push them past 6 or 8 leagues.
Wait here, I'll take you in. What sort of camera? Cogan Station way.
Kiss like that.
We'd like to acknowledge best players and goal kickers immediately.
Take the same yes, VHS. Yeah, but
I'm gonna hit the bell. Callum wasn't ready. We went to have golf and I was standing there and ready.
Best players and goal kickers, please. Surely there must be someone from the Nar Nar Goon football club who can give me the best players and goal
can have these up.
Ladies and gentlemen,
A little bit of background.
we would like to just say thank you for coming along. And we do ask one thing, if you're driving home and you've had a little bit too much to drink, throw the keys to somebody else, because there could be a few checkout points on the way out. And we ask you to travel with care, use a lot of sense, and please, if you have had too much to drink, show your sense by handing the keys to somebody else who's had a taxi.
Hey, Rose, did you get a photo, mate?
Where's that son of yours?
He's gone in the rooms, I think. I think he's gone in the room.